Team coverage takes us to how things are looking across the neighborhoods. With that, we are checking in with Western Mass News reporter Matt Price, who's live in our First Alert weather tracker. Matt, how are things looking out there?
Good morning, Glenn. Things right now are looking pretty clear where we are right now. We've actually moved to the most eastern part of Hampden County and Western Mass. It is Holland where we are right now. We are currently on Brimfield Road, and I'm just going to set the scene for you and just show you what we are approaching. My driver Eric and I, we have noticed this utility truck that is currently looking at power lines here along the road. According to MEMA, the power outage here in Holland is really massive. When you think about it, there are at least 415 customers without power right now in Hampden County, and more than half of them are in Holland alone. So that is something we are keeping an eye on as we continue driving by the area. Now, of course, this is a time where people everywhere have to be cautious when hitting the roads, as these high winds have blown over not just power lines, but also multiple trees in our area. At the beginning of this Arctic chill on Friday, we did have a tragic incident unfold in Southwick. The strong winds knocked down a tree, crushing a car, killing an infant inside. The driver of the car, a 23-year-old Connecticut resident, was transported to Bay State Medical Center with serious injuries. There's no word yet on her condition, but in a statement sent to Western Mass News, District Attorney Anthony Gallooni offers his sympathies to the family of that infant. Now, back here live again, we are on Brimfield Road. Soon it will be turning into New Holland Road, which would take us back into Brimfield. You can see no damage where we are right now. However, it is still early in the morning, and the temperatures and wind chill will remain low throughout the morning. Advice to drivers: do not go out unless you really have to. It is super, super cold out there, and especially in an area like this where there are so many trees along the area, you just don't know if any of them could fall. So just be very cautious out there. And when it comes to your pipes inside your home, you want to keep them from freezing. Just be aware of how you are making sure that the pipes don't freeze. And in addition to that, make sure that you're heating your homes properly and safely as this Arctic blast continues. We're going to stay out here on the roads and see what we can find. For now, that's latest live from Holland. Matt Price, Western Mass News.
Thank you for that live report, Matt. We're getting answers on how to protect yourself during this cold snap. Dr. Brian Sutton with Bay State Medical Center tells us to be sure to protect your head, ears, nose, neck, and anywhere else where your skin is exposed.
With extreme temperatures, it can, you can develop frostbite within minutes to hours, depending on a number of factors. How well you are, how healthy a person you are, if you're on certain medications, if you're smoking. You can have something like frost nip, which is just it doesn't involve tissue damage or tissue death. It involves numb fingers that turn color, but with rewarming, everything should come back to normal, versus a 3rd or 4th degree frostbite, which could include preclude to an amputated digit from tissue damage.
Here are also some tips from the Hadley Police Department on what you can do during these extreme cold weather conditions. Emergency generators, make sure they are well ventilated. Dress in several layers of clothing. Pipes, wrap them in insulation or newspaper layers covered in plastic to prevent them from freezing. However, if they do freeze, remove that insulation. Open all of the faucets and heat the frozen pipe with a hairdryer or hot towel.